Hey YouTube, Denise here from Dueling Bunnies, and I'm coming at you with an updated Inzektor deck profile. I actually think you're going to like this build. There's no tour guides, and I'm running the OTK version, the hopper with the swords. A lot of you have been asking me what I thought about it, and I actually really like this build. It's really awesome, and I feel like this is what I feel is a better build of Inzektors. Though I like my tour guide build, and I feel like I can make the tour guide build better, which I might, run it again later on. I actually wanted to test this out just because you guys, asked me how I feel about it, so I've been testing it thoroughly, and I actually really like it. It has a lot of options, a lot of versatility. You can do a lot with this deck. You can go for a beatdown approach. You can go for an exceed spam approach. You can go for an OTK. You can go for a field destruction. I mean, there's so much that you can do with this. So, let me show you what I have. 3 dragonflies, the 3 centipedes, 3 hornets, 2 hoppers, and 1 gigamantis. That's the standard Inzektor lineup for this build. You don't, you don't need to run 3 hoppers. 2 is more than enough. I feel like if you ran 3, it would be a little too cloggy. So that is your standard lineup right here. I run a Sangin for searching. Now it's important that you get the combo pieces. So it would be this guy and this guy, which are of utmost importance for this deck, because with just a dragonfly and a hornet and a sword, you could get your combos. So Sangin's really important. I run 2 Veilers. I took out Maxx from the main deck. I actually side Maxx. And the reason why is because we're seeing heroes pick up a lot of strength now. People are running heroes like crazy. Everything at freaking regionals was practically heroes. And Dark World was very popular there too. So Maxx is pretty much dead. I was very disappointed with Maxx. I drew it, it was dead. The decks I was playing, it was dead against. If anything, I was just doing a 1-for-1 exchange, just to get the stupid Maxx out of my hand and see if I could draw something else. So I feel like siding Maxx for me in this deck would be a little bit better, a better decision. Because, definitely if I'm playing a deck other than Heroes or other than Dark World, and other than Inzektors, then fine, sure, I will side it in. But really, Maxx is very situational, so I thought it would be better just to go with the Veilers. I feel like Veiler can hit a lot more than Maxx. And instead of the Maxx, I went to 2 Spirit Reapers. I like Spirit Reapers because I sided in a lot anyways. With Dino Rabbit too, it works. With Heroes, it works. It stalls out until I can get some answers. Wind-ups, it rapes. I mean, I side him in a lot anyways, so I thought why not main it in place of the Maxx. And then I go for the 1 Gores. I like it. I mean, it's Gores. Not much to say there. I go with the triple duality. And the reason why I do 3 is because getting the proper cards into your hand is really important. Even if that means like going a turn without doing anything, as long as I get the combo pieces in my hand, that's important. And then I do the Allure of Darkness for extra draw power. The heart of this deck is right here. The 3 swords. Inzektor sword, how does it? Zect Caliber. It gives your Inzektors beef, 800 attack and defense. And it just opens up a lot of like OTK plays. You could go with a beatdown approach, or you can go with OTK plays, which is crazy. Swarm the field, pop this, add a card, add an Inzektor to your hand. It doesn't miss its timing. It's just amazing. I do the back row hate with the triple MSTs and the heavy storm. Really important against heroes. It's important though that you don't blind MST with heroes, because especially games 2 and 3, you know that the shadow imprisonings are going to be there, so you want to hold on to your MSTs into hand and actually bait out the shadow imprisoning and then MST it afterwards, or the skill drain too. That's detrimental to this deck. 1 Foolish to get the Hornet in the grave faster. 1 Monster Reborn, staple. Book of Moon. Just stops pesky things, especially also if they Fiendish Chain. I can just book my monster, book it, flip it, and then flip it back up, and now Fiendish Chain doesn't apply to it. So there's a lot of plays with Book of Moon, and then the Dark Hole. Alright. Traps. 1 Judgment, 2 Warnings. Just negate pesky cards. Also negating Macrocosmos with the warning. Lagias, Dolkas, especially Dolka. Negate Dolka is just awesome. What else? I don't know. Fusion monsters that are annoying. Exceeds that are annoying. Anything that's annoying, just negate it. I go ahead and do the Fiendish Chains. Now a lot of people question this choice because I do main Gores, but like I feel like this deck, number one, if you play Fiendish Chain right and you Fiendish Chain a monster that they absolutely need, they're gonna MST this. If you absolutely have to Fiendish Chain just to save your butt and it's a monster that they don't care about and they exceed and you have a dead Fiendish Chain, you can just pop it with your Inzektors and kind of swarm the field, popping this guy. You can go like Dragonfly, equip Hornet, pop the Fiendish special, equip Sword to Dragonfly, equip Hornet to the Centipede, pop the Sword, special summon again, and search. So it's like you can kind of swarm the field even just popping your own Fiendish Chain. And then Gores is live in hand. I tech the Compulse. A lot of people know this is one of my favorite techs, and it's won me a lot of games. It helps a lot. I mean, just returning fusions, fusions, returning pesky Stardust Dragons with the Starlight Roads, exceed Zen mains, because I don't want to waste my Hornet popping effect on just the Zen mains. You can compulse and kind of pop everything else. 1 call. I don't like 2. I feel like 1's enough. The guy that topped 8 ran 2. I don't like that. I feel like I only use this card if I absolutely have to. Call of the Haunted is just one of those save my butt cards. So I don't feel like 2. I just feel like 2's too cloggy in this deck. 1 Mirror Force. Just to surprise your opponent, I guess. People don't expect Mirror Force anymore. And it's just a great out to a field, of beat sticks. And 1 Torrential. Like I said, I don't like 2 Torrentials. I can't be convinced to run 2 Torrentials. Jonathan loves it at 2. I absolutely despise Torrential at 2. I feel like it was at 1. When it was at 1, it was perfect. You don't need 2 Torrentials, especially in Inzektors. You pop so much already. Like, why have 2 Torrentials? I don't see it. But whatever. I mean, that's player preference. People might disagree with me, and that's okay. I don't like 2 Torrentials. Period. Extra deck. The token for Gores. The 2 Chimeritek Fortress Dragons. Really good when you're playing like wind-ups and random mocking the decks. 1 Zen mains. Just a great stall card. 1 Giga Brilliant. This card wins me a lot of games, and it won me, I believe, 1 game against the first hero player that I played. I swarmed and then exceeded into a Giga Brilliant, and all my guys were beefed up. Granosaurus. This was so sacky at regionals. It was amazing. Like, against, I was playing the Inzektor girl, the mirror match, and I exceeded into Granosaurus, because all I needed to do was inflict 1,000 extra, and she was forced to Fiendish Chain this, because she was like, oh, you're so dirty, that is dirty. I'm like, oh, I failed. But it was so sacky. I made her waste her resources on this guy, so that I could exceed into something else, and then kind of beat over her that way. But Granosaurus was just so sacky. It was awesome. 2 Leviathans. Just a nice beat stick for the deck. 2 Leviers. Really important when they go into Macro or DD Crow. Get the Hornet back and kind of special summon in defense. So when they attack, it can just easily get into the graveyard quicker. Or exceed with it. Detach, get it in the graveyard. 2 Acid Golems. I like it at 2. Because if they, for example, if the heroes are dumb enough to actually go with Skill Drain, exceed into Acid Golem, and he's just a 3,000 beater that I don't have to detach or anything. So one Utopia, because I run the hoppers now. You could go into Utopia, and the Utopia Ray. One Cataster. You can go effectively with in the hopper and go into Cataster if needed. And Armory Arm. Okay. Side deck. 2 Cyber Dragons. Good again for wind-ups, mirror match. A lot of decks. It's really good. Snowman Eaters. I side this into everything except Chain Burn, if that sums it up for you. 2 Thunder King Ryos. Good against heroes. Good against Dark World. Good against Inzektors. It's good against a lot of things. 2 DD Crows. Dark World. I side the Maxx's. Especially if I'm playing like windups and stuff, then yeah, I'll go ahead and side into Maxx, but I didn't feel like it was too good to be in the main, especially with like the decks. I mean, if the meta changes with the new Galaxy, what's the new set coming out? Galactic Overlord. If special summoning kind of pops up again, then sure, Maxx's going back in the main. But as of right now, with the heroes and the Dark World, I just feel like Maxx's just too unreliable. Too unreliable. I'll just only side it when I'm facing a match that it's good against. I tech the Forbidden Lances, so when they go, you know, I summon the Dragonfly activate effect, they go Shadow Imprisoning, I can chain Forbidden Lance. So yeah, my Dragonfly is now to 200 attack, but when I go off with Hornet, I special summon a Centipede, Exceed, and that's it, you know. I really don't suffer too much with a low attack Dragonfly, so I like Forbidden Lance. The second Compulse goes in a lot of matches, heroes, wind-ups, Dino Rabbit, even Inzektors. And then the Double Royal Decrees goes into everything, because they know they're going to side in Shadow Imprisoning. I actually wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about taking out 2 DD Crows and putting Dimensional Fissure in? Because, again, like, my Hornet is counted as an equipped spell card, so it wouldn't actually be removed from play when I detach. It goes to the graveyard, and Exceeds actually go to the Exceed materials go to the graveyard. So I wanted to know what you would think about doing this instead of 2 DD Crows, 2 Dimensional Fissures. Do you think that's a little bit better? Do you think that's going to hurt them more than DD Crow? That's just the question I had for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.